Great morning, everybody. I hope everybody's grateful to be alive this morning. Okay, this light this morning, let me shut that off right away. Okay, before I start. All right, let me shut that light off. All right. So, great morning, everybody. I hope you're all grateful to be alive this morning. I hope you reminded yourself of 5 things that you're grateful for. I hope you set some goals that excite you. And I hope they're not just states that you decided to be a goal, like, oh, my goal is to be happy, because that's not a goal. That's a state of being, which can be changed actually by just thought. So, take this thing out of my head, you guys, else you found it. There we go. Okay. So, this morning I want to talk about self love. But I've got a couple of questions that I want to answer this morning. So I had a very interesting question. And it was very simple. But Tobi, I want to know exactly how you healed yourself. And my response to that, well, what do you mean exactly? Because there's many different levels of healing, right? I've mentioned it before. You've got emotional healing, you've got spiritual healing, and you've got physical healing. So they wanted to know exactly how I had healed my past and how I had actually gotten through it to be able to heal it. So it's very interesting because this person was very interested in healing their past. Now, what you have to do is this. I've said it before. Your subconscious mind is going to protect you from your past because it doesn't want to relive it if it hasn't been a nice thing. So you have to be in a great space and you have to allow it to happen. And you have to ask the universe to show you the things, or ask your soul. Let me say it like this. Ask your soul, which is comprised and made up of infinite, unconditional love, what it is that you need to heal. Now, when you get thrust into these emotions of reliving these things when you're thinking about them, you have to literally tell yourself you're okay. That's all. Tell yourself you're okay. Tell yourself that it's just a memory, that you're not reliving it, that you're allowing your body to heal it, and then tell yourself it's okay, that you're loved, and that you love yourself no matter what. And these are things that have just had to happen in your life, but you're going to cut the emotional ties from them. Okay? It's as simple as that. And then you take a deep breath and you just kind of bounce back from it. But when you know what you're doing, it makes it easier to come out of. Okay? Now, I was asked also, on a physical level. So then how did you physically get out of ICU? Now, I wrote a lot about this in one of my books. It's You Got It Bad. Do You Walk in My Shoes? I speak in depth about my experience in ICU and how I had to tap into people's energies around me and fuel from certain things and be very aware of certain energies, not to tap into those as well. But the biggest thing that I had to do was I had to learn to love myself for the first time. And I had to do it fast because my body was shutting down and my lungs were filling with blood. I was coughing blood. I couldn't move. I couldn't even raise my arm. My soul was drifting out of my body. It was happening. My body was breaking down. But you see, what happened is I was given an infusion of love. Now, how is this possible? Because my mother had asked if I was allowed to have a last meal. And the microbiologist had said, well, it really doesn't make a difference. because she's going to die anyway. So if she wants to eat, let her eat. So my mom said, Toby, what would you like to eat? Very calmly. And because mashed potatoes and gravy is my comfort food, I asked my mother for mashed potatoes and gravy. Well, my mother made it possible that she left the hospital and came back with mashed potatoes and gravy for me. But it wasn't just mashed potatoes and gravy. My mother had infused all of the love that she had had for me, the infinite, unconditional love that my mother has for me. She infused that into those potatoes. I could not feed myself. She sat there and she gave me mouthfuls of potatoes. She fed me as if I was a newborn baby. Well, not attached to her nipple, but you know what I mean? Like she was feeding me as if I was a baby because I couldn't feed myself. And from that moment, I felt the difference. I felt the love. And I said, I can do this. So I started to infuse love into all my organs. And started to infuse love into my body and tap into any kind of love that I could. When my family came to see me, any visit, I didn't have very many visitors. But I did tap into the love and I healed myself. Simple. So, this is why self-love is so important. And it wraps into this morning's topic. Okay? Now, if love can heal me, love can heal anybody. The medical system couldn't heal me. They sent me home to die after my experience in the ICU. They didn't realize that I would still be alive today. Okay? But that's okay. Because I'm loving life and I'm thriving. Why? Because I love myself. And self-love is so important. And I'm going to stress it today. Because love heals everything. Everything. I'm going to stress this morning, hey, you're not your diagnoses. You're not your hardships. Nope. And boy, do we have hardships. But that's okay. It's to learn. Right? So, love heals everything. So, if you're looking to heal yourself, and if you're listening to me, you definitely are. You're looking for motivation. You're looking for the inspiration. You're looking for the high vibe. Self-love is key. Now, there are some very important things, and I've been reminding you all of it every day. 1, be grateful. 2, write down 5 things you're grateful for. Get up in the morning to give yourself that time to do it. Be self-loving enough to do it. Now, why do I tell you this? I can't stress it enough to you this morning. So I'm going to explain why. The minute you open your eyes in the morning, that foggy state that you're in, it's a different brainwave pattern than when you go into after you've had coffee, let's say, okay? I'm going to make it very easy for you all to understand. Okay? I'm not going to put the science behind it, and I'm not going to, no. But what I am going to say is this. It's a different brainwave. Now, this is your most creative and enhanced brainwave that you'll have throughout your whole day. It happens to you when you're waking up and when you're falling asleep. So, this is why I stress to you. When you wake up, initially in that phase, that fog, you don't feel anything. Well, I don't anyway. Okay? This is the state where you want to create your day from and set your vibration from. Because it's your most powerful state. So that's why I say immediately when you get up, say you're grateful for your day. Be grateful for your day immediately. Give yourself even 5 minutes before you move to make sure that before you move your body, before you even move, tell yourself you are grateful for your life. Yeah, it's going to be hard to do because you got to train your brain. Simple. If you need reminders to do it, put something beside your bed. Do little things that are going to force you to do this stuff. If you need to tape a piece of paper on your ceiling that you look at before you put on your feet, before you roll out of bed, do it. Because what it's going to do for you is it's going to set things right for you. And over time, it's going to create such huge, massive changes that you're not even going to realize what it did for you. Because what happens right after you start coming out of that fog, what you're going to do is you're going to get up and you're going to go to the bathroom. And you're going to do everything that you did the day before exactly the way you did it. That doesn't create change in your life. You have to disrupt the way you've been living. Disrupt your thoughts. Disrupt the patterns that you have created for yourself. The easiest way to do it, as soon as you open your eyes, say that you are grateful for your day. You are grateful to be alive. You're grateful for your gift of life. Just the energy alone of that, you've set a frequency for yourself to operate on for your day. That's why I stress to you, immediately when you're getting out of bed, okay, you've said you're grateful for your life and you're grateful to be alive. Now, when you get out of bed, take the 5 minutes, have a pen and paper beside your bed if that's what it takes. Write down 5 things that you are grateful for and make them different every day. Because this is planting in your subconscious all the reasons and its suggestions it needs to remain grateful. Simple. It is forcing your brain to have reasons to be grateful. Because if you're waking up and you see your life is shit and everything's shit around you, how grateful can you be? That's why you have to put the gratitude into your day way before your day starts. And I can't stress the importance of that enough. That's self-loving. This is being self-loving. This is acknowledging that you matter. This is acknowledging that you love yourself enough to do it. I hope you get it now and why it's so important and why I say set a high vibe. Because your subconscious is going to do for you what it believes is the easiest route for you. Because of what you believe about yourself. Okay? Our belief systems are a lot larger than we like to believe. Okay? Simple. So this is why if you want serious change, you make the initial changes that matter the most. Stop these band-aid effects everywhere in your life. Or you don't feel healthy, so you're just going to work out. No. Start by the minute you open your eyes. Make the changes. Be self-loving. And everything else follows suit. Okay? You don't have to go and push your body to work out. Your body knows what it has to do. Whether it's lose weight, whether it's fix the depression, whether it's get a control of the anxiety, whether it's heal your past, your body knows better than you do. Because 9 times out of 10, you're stuck in an emotional state that you can't get out of. Why? Because you haven't woken up and installed certain things that you need to do to be okay. Nobody can do that for you. You got to own that. You got to show up for yourself. You got to do the things that you need to do to be okay. That's on you. So yes, it's very important. The first thing you do in the morning, say, I'm grateful to be alive another day. I'm grateful to be given another day to get it right. I'm grateful to be given another day to learn as much as I possibly can. I'm grateful to be given another opportunity to be a better person than I was yesterday. Because not one of us were perfect throughout our experience yesterday. Own it. Don't fall victim to that. Rise above it. Learn from it. Be a better person today than you were yesterday. And that's the key. You got to just make simple choices for yourself, which are self-loving, that you really don't feel. It's not going to change what you have planned in your day, but it's certainly going to change how you get through it all. And that's what matters. Of course we're going to get frustrated. Of course we're going to get irritated. Of course we're going to have life's ups and downs. That's what this experience is all about. But it's how you deal with it all. You're going to beat yourself up. You're going to be full of shame, blame, guilt, judging everybody, judging yourself. No, don't do that to yourself because you're releasing toxins in your body. So you're actually killing yourself. Okay, you want to be real with it? You're actually killing yourself. You're surviving your experience that you're very ungrateful for by doing that. Simple. You know, I talk about getting it right. Get it right that you've been operating wrong. Okay? Start there. Own that shit. I had to. And I'm far from perfect. But there are some things that I know that have worked for me. And self-love, I'm sorry, love has healed me. I'm walking proof of somebody that should have been buried a long time ago. Okay? And according to society, they still have it in their brain. Okay? Get it right. For yourself. You owe it to yourself first. Pay yourself first, people. Before you go and you do anything in your day. Be present in right now. This moment. Be grateful for it. Be grateful for every automatic system that's running your experience for you. That you don't have any effort to put to. You have so much creative power. But are you being self-loving enough to yourself to embrace that? Or are you going to be stuck in your beliefs of what everybody created for you? Own that. Say, no, today, this is my experience. And I'm going to be loving enough to myself Because I matter. And why wouldn't I matter? If I'm given another day of life, it's because I have a reason to be alive. You may not know your reason, but I'll tell you the big picture does. Okay? And we all matter. But now, are you all reaching your highest potential? No. Why? Because of the self hate, the self blame, the guilt, the shame, the judgment, the non acceptance. No, don't do that to yourself. Okay? Get up in the morning. Before you actually touch the ground, be grateful for that you're alive. First and foremost. Doesn't matter what you're living. You have a reason to be here, and you are bringing something very important to this planet. I don't care who you are, or you wouldn't be here. Okay? And a lot of young people have had to leave us in a recent short amount of time. And I'm going to speak on that too. And I want you to understand something. I don't sit here and say that people pass on only because they can't make the shift. Because these young people that have passed on already, they already did their journey here. They fulfilled their life contracts. Okay? And they made the changes within the people that they touched and the lives that they touched. And they made the difference that they were supposed to make here. They fulfilled their purposes. And that's why they got their past to move on. They got it right. Some of them. But no matter whether they got their experience right or not, or whatever they brought to this planet, they knew what they were bringing before they lived it. We have contracts to this greater scheme of things, or we would not be given our experience. Okay? I want you guys to make the most out of your days. Okay? I don't want you to be shackled in this self-doubt and self-hate and no. Rise above all of that. Be grateful for your experience. Remind yourself why you have to be grateful. If you're feeling sluggish and no energy, it's because you're telling yourself that. Tell yourself that you are an energetic being. That your experience here is fueled by the infinite, unconditional love that has this whole perfect design, highly calculated. Who are you to play with that? Where you're playing with that is the mismanagement of your experience and not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Now, this is why love heals everything, okay? Because that's what we're sourced from. This is what gives us the experience. So, if something's going wrong with you on an emotional level, you need to infuse love. If something's going wrong with you on a physical level, you need to infuse love. You don't need meds. You don't need mood stabilizers. You don't need painkillers. You don't need all of this stuff because your body is the biggest chemical factory there is. Your body has all it needs to thrive. Now, as long as you're putting all that shit in your body, you're not allowing your body to do what it has to do naturally. Stage 4 cancers have been healed. Okay? By somebody tapping into the love of their experience. What is fueling them heals them. And that is infinite, unconditional love. This is another reason why I stress to you all, hey, you're made of infinite, unconditional love. That's what you are. Anything in opposition to that, or you are governing your life and your thoughts by any other thing than that, you are not ever going to reach your highest potential. I stress, be loving to yourself. Be loving in everything that you say to yourself. Be loving in all that you do for yourself. Why? Because that puts you in alignment to your truest power. Run from it all you want. It's what you're made of. Okay? So all of you that has allowed life to get you all hard and tough, oh, and love, it's mush and it's not for me and blah, blah. Guess what? You're going to suffer. Simple. Okay? I can't be more serious about this stuff right now than I am. Okay? Because I don't think you all really understand the depth of the importance of it. You guys think it's a joke. And it's not. So I really hope that you're hearing me this morning about how important self-love is. And when I say self-love, you catch that, right? Self-love. That means it's not from anybody else. And it's not dependent on anybody else. And it's not dependent on your interactions with anybody else. Okay? I can't stress it enough. Be self-loving, people. Everything that you're about to do in your day today, ask yourself, is it for your highest good? Does it infuse love into your life? Does it feed you or does it take from you? Get real with it. Once you accept how you're governing is not of a self-loving manner, I highly suggest you change it. Because as long as you're not being self-loving, it goes back to what I said. Unless you are infinitely, unconditionally loving yourself, you cannot love anything or anybody. You can't. And if you think you can, well, your belief systems are leaving you a hypocrite to it all. Okay? Change is the essence of life. A seed doesn't stay a seed forever. It grows. Come on. They need roots. You need roots for any plant or tree. Solid roots. We have solid roots for our experience to be walking around here. What are our solid roots? Infinite, unconditional love that is giving us life. You can stay in denial all you want, but it's doing you no good. And this is why I stress to you all, be self-loving. Don't tell yourself that you cannot do anything. Don't allow that even to be a thought. The power that you have governing your experience. Hey, Do you know the energy in every one of our cells? Do you know how much of an energy force you are walking around on this planet? If you haven't come to terms with that alone, then you're really ungrateful for your experience. Love what you're made of because it's loving you. It's love that's giving you this experience. That's what it comes down to. It's not some difficult algebraic equation that's going to run you in circles for hours. It's very simple. So keep it simple. And be self-loving in everything that you say and you do, because if not, you're in opposition to your own truest nature. Simple. It's not hard. And you can refuse to hear it all you want. Simple changes change your whole life. Okay? Let's get real with it. Let's, come on, let's push forward. Don't stay in destructive old belief systems that others installed for you. Create your own that give you life, that give you love for your life. Can't stress it enough with you all this morning. Self-love heals everything. You feeling shitty about yourself? Well, maybe you have reason to be. Okay? Fix it. Feeling doubtful of yourself? Well, why are you doubting yourself? Why would you do that? There's no one person better on this planet than another. No, we're all here for learning. Yes, people do some shitty things. But guess what? It makes everybody else think, doesn't it, right? And everybody else learns from it, right? Well, that's why this crazy shit has to happen. So that there's a learning process. So people become better people. Okay? Starts with you. You don't think you matter? Of course you do. You were given today. So make it matter. Make it count. Concentrate on the now. Be loving in everything that you say and you do. It's going to be incredible for you to look back at the changes just by these small, simple changes that you make every day. All right? You genuinely matter. You got to be loving to yourself. And you have to be loving to others. And this is what it comes down to. This is what the world needs. We don't need more rocket scientists. We need more love in this world. We don't need more politics. We don't need more laws. We don't need more rules. We need more love on the planet. And as long as every one of us is being loving to ourselves primarily, well, then we're not going to make bad choices for ourselves and other people. It starts with us. Be the positive role model for all of those that are watching you right now. Teach others how to be self-loving. But yeah, you got to be assertive with it. And you got to get it right. And the severity of love for yourself has to be as great as the severity of the infinite unconditional love giving you life. Because that's severe. Just as the energy that's giving you this force, that's severe. And you're meant to thrive. You're not meant to survive anything. Slowly but surely, once you infuse self-love into your day on a daily basis, your whole life changes. Why? Because you're vibrating at a different level of energy. And I've spoken about it, the give and take of life. If you are thinking shitty thoughts and you are governing yourself from a shitty place of action and you're governing yourself from shit, well, then that's what you're getting back from life. Simple. Raise the vibration. Be grateful for your life. Be thankful. Remind yourself why you're grateful. No matter what hardships you're living, that does not define you. That's your motivation to learn. Don't look at obstacles as problems. Look at your obstacles as opportunities. Because that's what they're supposed to be. Opportunities to be better for yourself, to yourself. Opportunities to learn how to be more loving to yourself. How you can be a better person. Get it right. Anyway, today, self-love, people. Can't stress it enough. Don't pick yourself apart. Embrace everything about yourself. You're unique. You have a unique signature on this planet. There's no two people that can be alike. You can have common likes, things in common or whatever, but there's no two people the same. Your experience is much different than anybody else's. And two people could live the same experience, but your perception of it and what you've already lived makes it very different and unique for each other. So don't think because you go with a friend to experience something, you're both having the same experience, because you're not. It doesn't work like that. It's a common experience, but it's not the same experience. Your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions that are stirred from all of that are going to be different. Self-love, people. Don't do things to yourself that are going to upset you. Don't put yourself in situations that are going to upset you. Don't have interactions with anything or anybody that's going to upset you. That's not self-loving. Take your power back from these things. Use your power, which is your energy giving you life, for things that are going to be beneficial for you and for others. Come on. That's what being grateful for your experience is all about. And when you're grateful for your experience, well, then you're automatically going to want to be more self-loving. You know, if you're trying to work out to lose weight and you're trying to lose, let's say you're trying to get fit out there, but you're hating yourself while you do it, and you're hating the world while you do it, and you're judging others, well, guess what? You're not going to rid yourself of that weight, because the weight of all of your life that you're displaying in your body is all of the mental weight that you're carrying with all of the stuff you're thinking. Honestly. Getting your mind right and getting your mind healthy is really important in the game of self-love. Okay? Because whatever you believe is what it's going to be. I could sit here and convince you of everything, but unless, one, you're open and allowing to receive it, these words are falling on deaf ears. And I really hope they're not. Just imagine the world where the 8 billion people that occupy this world were all being self-loving. Do you know what kind of world that would produce? So let's get it right. Be self-loving for yourself first, because you can't teach anybody how to do it if you're not doing it for yourself. Okay? And yeah, it's not easy to listen to me because the severity of what I have to tell you, listen, I wish somebody would have sat me down and told me this. It would have changed things for me a long time ago. But that's okay. Because I am grateful to be alive and I'm grateful for my experience. And every day that I get up, I am going to be self loving no matter what. And a healthy self loving. And that does involve being loving to others because that's self loving to me. If I'm not being loving to others, well, then I'm creating hurt, shame, blame, guilt, judgment, and denial. Okay? Infuse love into your life, infuse love into the lives of others. I tell people a lot of hard stuff to hear, but I'm coming from a place of love, and they know that. I insist on being loving for myself and for others. It doesn't matter how hard it is for people to hear. Anyway, I love you all. Be self-loving. It really does matter. It heals you. It really does. Okay? These things that happen to us and that we attract into our life, it's so that we can learn how to infuse love into ourselves and others. And this is what I mean about it's all for learning. Everything that you're learning about, it's to learn how to be a more loving person for yourself and for the world. Embrace that. Don't let anything stop you from being loving. And be present in that love. That's another thing. Be present. You know, you can't say to yourself, oh, okay, I'm going to be self-loving, and then you're sitting in traffic telling people to fuck off. You know? You can't tell yourself you're going to be self-loving, and then 5 minutes later, you're telling how much, you're standing in the mirror telling yourself, oh, well, I don't like this about myself, and I don't like that about oh, I got to change this, I got to change. No, what you got to change is your ability to love yourself. 100%, with no judgment, with no blame. Take all of that stuff out of your life. Okay? Be self-loving to yourself today. And be self-loving to others. And what I mean by that is that no matter what is coming at you, it doesn't matter. Somebody can come with ignorance and stupidity and all of that shit. Whether you choose to entangle yourself in that or change all of that, it's on you. All of this shit I hear about, oh, well, this happened to me and that happened. No. That's what you've created for yourself. Own that. Because once you've owned it, then you can change it. Stop playing victim. You have a gift of a life experience that you are supposed to make the most out of. Now, if you are not operating from your truest nature, which is what is giving you life, you are not operating the way you should be within your experience. It's as simple as that. I don't have all the answers for you. I'm not going to sit here and point my finger about don't do this, don't do that. No, I want you to experience everything that you're meant to experience during your life experience. No red lights. But when you're operating from a place of self-love, I'll tell you, those warning signs are a lot different. And you govern your life a lot different. You're feeling down, you're feeling out. Well, tell yourself, I am love and light. I'm an energetic being. The composition of every cell of my body, the energy in that alone, should give me all the energy I need to get anything done, anything I want done during my experience. I don't want to hear I don't have the energy. Oh, you have the energy. It's whether you admit it and love it, okay? Or whether you choose to stay in denial to it. Right? It's all a choice. And I could just already feel, oh, well, no, not everything's a choice. Well, yes, it is. Okay? And it's all for your learning. So let's get it right today. All right? Be self-loving to yourself. Be self-loving in your self-talk, in your actions, in your words. Okay? In your interactions with anything. Okay? It matters. I love you all. Get the most out of your day. Quick reminders. When you open your eyes, before you do anything else, like I said, if you have to tape a paper to your ceiling, do it. Because just that little change, the results that's going to produce for you is well worth it. Tell yourself you're grateful. Okay? Go on to a higher level of that and vocally express how thankful you are to be given another day. Okay? Write down the things that you need to write down. Be loving to everything and everybody. Okay? Do you realize that you don't have to go out of your way to be nice to anybody? That we're given so many opportunities within that day, within our day, to do just that. It's what we do with these opportunities. Embrace your day. Embrace self-love. Get the most out of it. Okay? Get the most out of it. You matter. You matter the most. Yeah, you do. Get the most out of it. Be self-loving. Write down some goals that you know that you could accomplish. Like, hey, I'm going to unshackle myself from doubt. That's a great goal. Okay? Another great goal. I'm going to trust. Over the next 2 weeks, I'm going to invest in trusting my soul. That again is another great goal. All right? Over the next 2 weeks, I'm going to invest my energy in learning how to be more self-loving to myself. Another great goal. Remember, where you put your focus is where you put energy, and that is what the results you're producing from, no matter what. Okay? You can be doing one thing thinking that that's what you need to be doing, but if your thoughts about it are wrong, or your intentions for that are wrong, forget it. It's not going to happen. Don't work in opposition to yourselves, okay? Anyway, I love y'all. Get the most out of your day. Get the most out of everything that you're doing, even in the self-love, okay? Get the most out of it. You know, we all need to do it for ourselves. These are things that nobody can give us in our experience. But when you understand what you're actually fueled by, get it right. Be loving. Everything flows from there. Love heals everything. We need love in this world, okay? So if you can be just self-loving to yourself, even if you're not out in the world doing anything, but the energy that you're emitting that is loving collectively helps. Okay? We've got this. All right? Anyway, I look forward to questions from you guys tomorrow. What I'm going to do tomorrow actually is I'm going to do the Q&A. I'm going to go into my emails. I'm going to go into my messages. A lot of you have sent me a lot of great questions. If you guys need extra learning tools, extra support tools, hey, go check out my YouTube videos. I have 7 books out there. If you want some hard-hitting books to really shake your existence and your reality, to really help you, no problem, read them. If you want to reach out to me to get the, hey, reach out to me. See, this is what's self-loving to me, is knowing that I make a difference in this world on a positive level. And that's all that matters to me. And that's my ultimate goal. All right? I love you all infinitely and unconditionally. So have a great day. Get the most out of it. Make it count. All right? And I really hope that we'll be back, all of us, here tomorrow morning for a great live. All right. Enjoy your days. Peace.